right, cool. What are you doing this time?
Well, Gary, thank you for joining me here at the water treatment plant.
Ooh, I've gone on a field trip to this.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
My local one is not necessarily open to the public. However, that's no problem that a crowbar can't fix.
Yeah, not necessarily. Doing a lot of work in that sentence.
Yeah.
Different than necessarily not.
Yeah. So I figure we could do a toilet race.
Okay.
Okay.
What are the rules? Are we doing Jersey rules or are we doing Cincy rules?
I don't know. I've never heard. I made up toilet races for this bit, Gary.
What a no sell. what a no period.
There's no but. Just
there's no but. Just no. Stop it. I can't. Yes, I can't plus one this. I'm not going to try. And I can't swerve it either. I'm out.
Yep.
Tapping out.
It's just a big wall. Just a big wall right there.
Yeah, tapping out.
Sometimes that's
Do you want to see
funnier.
the game then? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, toilet Tycoon.
All right. Done. That's the fastest we ever gone up on one of those, man.
I know, right? It wasn't giving up. It wasn't giving up. The conflict was funnier than what I had planned.
Okay.
It was going to be local kids like flushing ping pong ball or flushing like lottery balls down the toilet, and the first one to float up was going to be Toilet Tycoon.
Because I thought it was going to be like racing in a toilet, like seeing who could go faster. Like how in The Sims, when you get a better toilet, it sucks the poop out of you faster. You know?
I forgot about that.
Because I think that you and I think that it would actually, we probably pretty evenly matched.
Probably, yeah.
In some of those departments, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But also, like, how do you, like, do we have to, like, eat the exact same things for a whole week just to make sure that, it's not going to be
Nobody's juicing.
It's not like the Kenny and Spenny episode where they're trying to do the loudest part. Yeah.
Episode.
Yeah.
My name is Gary Butterfield.
My name is Cole Ross.
Welcome to Abject Suffering. Warning, tickets should not be taken internally. I may have done that one before. I need to ask for more.
This week we're talking about a little Tycoon game called Toilet Tycoon. I'm trying to see. This is a Cole joint. This is one that I brought to the table. I really like the dynamic that we have with these vanity picks on Abject Suffering, because it very much is a like the thing that I was about to say dudes, but just immature people do, which is like, hey, smell this.
Yeah. No, I miss that.
Yeah.
That's like one of my favorite things about male culture.
Yeah. But this was put into the randomizer by Gerald, and I was just flicking around in there, and I was like, oh, Toilet Tycoon, that sounds fun. I'm a mark for a tycoon game, for a business simulator.
And a mark for a toilet. Like, this is a duet of interest.
Yeah. When I sent this to you in a DM, you were like, oh yeah, the game I was born to play.
Yeah. Yeah, this works. It's as a game. You said that you couldn't tear yourself away from this. I was 100% missing something.
Oh yeah,
because I spent all my money owning a toilet and then couldn't buy things for the toilet.
Oh, weird.
You know?
Oh, it's not a good game. It's a terrible simulation, and also the interface is shit.
I spent all my money on. I tried researching, it failed. Then I spent all my money buying a bathroom, and I couldn't install toilets into it. I just owned the stalls. And then the other team did better,
of course,
because this is a turn-based multiplayer board game, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what is it, Jones in the Fast Lane. That we covered before. Yeah, it's turn based, and when I say I couldn't put this down, like, it's a terrible simulation. Like, it's pretty boring. You don't really have an awful lot of like options or strategy. It's just make number bigger and then buy new properties to make number get bigger.
Clicker rules.
Yeah, but it does have that turn by turn rhythm to it, and yeah, like, you have to buy the individual pieces. like, you know, the bowl and the everything. Then you have to like click on the stall, and then there's another window, like there's like a little thing that pops up that doesn't look like it's a key part of the interface, but you have to like choose every part of what that stall is outfitted with. Yeah, and then you have to end your turn, and then you get your result. Because what this is a game that was originally made in Germany, but you're like running a pay toilet empire.
Yes. There's 4 districts around Europe, and you are choosing a pay toilet, which you buy, then you outfit it, and you compete with other people. The most interesting thing being that you send saboteurs out who either puke very hard or smash the toilet.
I just love that there's somebody that you can pay 15,000 euro to.
It makes a really nice dovetail with Thief Simulator.
It does.
Where like you get that call and it's like, I hear this house, they got a real good toilet. Make sure it gets smashed. Like, it's like, oh shit. Like it's the final piece of the puzzle like 3 years later. Or 2 years later, you know?
This is this is the other side. This is the supply side of the demand. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that this was a remake or part of a series?
I didn't know it was part of a series. I knew that this was a remake.
Yeah. Or like, I saw that when I was doing, because I couldn't get it to, to work, or couldn't do well with it rather, spent all my money. So there's something I was missing. So I went online and like looked at it on YouTube, and there's the like graphical evolution of Clo Manager to Toilet Tycoon. Clo Manager came out in 1995 and is like this badass like CVGA, old timey DOS toilet simulator. Der Clo Manager.
What is was it Kartoffelpüree? Der Gemüseschnitter? Hordes of vegetables are threatening the earth. Oh, you're playing as a salad shooter or something. Weird.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it has its own page on the German Wikipedia. Die Free Encyclopedia. And there's sequels to this. So it is there is a Clo Manager 2. Came out in 2010. So you get to Clo Manage in this. Or an American toilet, or English toilet manage.
Yeah. So. And this is like this. It's sold on Steam. It's a semi-legitimate product. But
you can play it now if you like.
Yeah. It's like $5. But the one on Steam is like the deluxe edition of what we got over here in 2006. That's how long it took to come over. It's a gag game, is what it is. It's just a way to, it's prurient.
They and don't get fooled by Idle Toilet Tycoon, which is an iOS version where it is like literally a clicker version where you manage toilets around town.
Oh yeah.
And that one looks a little bit more complicated,
right,
than this. Actually, for an idle game, like it's obviously not complicated. It's as complicated as you want it to be.
Yeah.
It was interesting to see that there was a lot more to this than I thought there would be in terms of history.
Did you ever go through like an idle game phase? Like, did you ever mess around with any of those?
No, I like very, very barely. Like I played Progress Quest on my computer at work for a little bit. And then I was just like, I keep forgetting to check this. This feels like dumb work.
Yeah.
And then Will, who's a big fan of those, was like, you should play Universal Paperclips because it has an end game and stuff. And I played it. Like I kind of got it.
Yeah.
It's kind of clever, but I don't care as much about numbers going up as a lot of people do.
Yeah.
The part of it where you're just kind of waiting for things to fill up so you can buy new resources. Like I actually hate that.
Yeah.
So it makes me sad.
Yeah. I had I lost a day of work to a web-based one called, I think it was like Clicking Bad or something like that, where you were
meth making one.
Yeah, the meth making one that there was a compulsion hook to that, where like you had to, you were balancing okay, if you produce a lot, then your risk of getting busted is higher. So you have to spend money making investments to like get your heat down, and that was interesting. But also I was like, yeah, this is both like simple, but also like it gets it's too simple to be like interesting, but also there is a compulsion here that I am susceptible to, so I need to stay away for my own kind of sake.
They're a little insidious,
yeah,
and like to me, that aspect of that kind of balance, like that can be in an idle game, but it could also be in a non-idle tycoon or strategy game. Like whenever I see that kind of, that's like, oh, it's cool because you have to make these decisions. Like I would rather just make those decisions with fail state and with more engagement. The hands-offness about idle games does not appeal to me.
Yeah. The keep it running in a different browser tab, and then just get back to check it. I have too many tabs open as it is.
Yeah. I would rather just actively pay attention to a video game.
Yeah.
For me personally, no judgment. Like I believe Will and his cohort that there are ones that are more interesting than typical, and that there's some goodness to them, but it just doesn't do it for me.
It's one of those things where like I think that I would enjoy the fruit of like those innovations of the good ones bubbling up to other stuff. See, like Loop Hero, that's pretty fun,
Yeah. They just the idle part of it is a poison to me.
Yes.
Are you old enough to have ever used a pay toilet?
No, I am not. That sounds like a fucking nightmare. A pay toilet sounds like a great way to have somebody shit on the floor.
Yeah, there's a reason why they don't really show up anymore. The laundromat that I went to as a kid with my mom, like before my parents divorced, so very like sub 7, early memories, that had a pinball machine that was fucked up so you could play it for free. Also had a pay toilet.
This
so
says
like
a lot
when
about
I
society.
had to use the bathroom,
For the free pinball machine, but the pay toilet.
They want you to build up that meter and then pay to empty it. Like me, like having to kind of like bargain with my mom about, paying a quarter to use the toilet, and then like us propping the door open so we could like use it multiple times and stuff. So like
you could steal from the proprietor? For shame.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they charged me to use the bathroom. So I don't feel that bad about it, honestly. Like, it felt like a pretty just revenge.
You ruined that small family business. He was going to pass that down to his son.
Good. I hope his son dies in a fucking potter's field. Like he charged, he put a meter on a toilet, man.
Yeah.
Coin op toilet. No good. No bueno.
Oh man. Yeah. I am old enough to remember cigarette machines, but I am not old enough to remember to have ever run into a pay toilet in the wild.
Yeah. It's definitely a weird old timey thing.
Well, and also I love that bargain with your mom as like at a laundromat. It's like the perfect way to do it too. So like, all right, it's a quarter for me to go use the toilet, or it's 75 cents to $1.50 for you to wash the pants that I'm going to shit in.
Yeah. Well, I was old enough to not shit my pants. Let's not get it twisted here. This was young Gary, but I wasn't.
But I mean,
that wasn't the bargain. That wasn't my bargaining chip. Really strong-armed her into it, but
but just in the platonic ideal, you're never too old to shit your pants, right? Especially if the door is locked and the person who is deciding if you can get into it or not is weighing that, is literally paying to wash clothes. The risk of you not going in there is, well, you gambled and lost, so now we have a bigger situation. Yeah,
it's one of like me and my friends used to always joke about, and sometimes do, where we'd be like, you'd try to get a day off work for something, and if they said no, like I'm coming in, but I'm coming in drunk. Like you get me, but you ain't gonna like it.
Yeah,
and it's similar kind of thing.
Yeah. I'm just gonna show you what you get. Yeah.
No. I have a lot of fond memories of that laundromat because of freaking pinball, and then also drinking the soup out of the coffee vending machine.
Oh God,
it's fucking disgusting.
I was obsessed. Obsessed with the soup out of the coffee vending machine, like
the bouillon,
because they had that. It was like they had one of those machines at the hospital. It was Mansfield Med Central. It was there for a while, and I was at the. I was at the hospital with family. It was with my dad. We were there for somebody, and we were just kind of down in the room. Everybody was pretty sad and stressed out, and like I was like, I want to see what that fucking soup is. So I figured, okay, the way that I'm gonna like see what the soup is, I'm gonna say, man, you seem pretty sad. Maybe some soup would cheer us up. I think I was like 6 at the time.
You're giving an adventure game clue?
Yeah. I just wanted to see what that fucking soup was. And eventually I got it. I was like, oh, this is nasty.
Every once in a while, you introduce a character that's like young Cole, that's like a little trickster.
Uh-huh.
Who does little things like that to manipulate his people surrounding him.
Yeah.
Into whatever his like singular focus was for that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a weird character.
That was definitely the case. I definitely said maybe some soup would cheer us up.
Yeah, that's why I need some soup from the mystery machine. Can I bring us on a tangent of a thing I found?
Sure. Yeah.
I was looking up stuff near where a friend lives online, like a park for him to walk through, and I found this place called On Eagle's Wings Equine Center. And I want to explore some of this website with you.
Okay.
Because it's pretty good.
What's the URL on that?
I'm putting it into your Slack.
Okay. Let me see here. Ooh.
So just on this first page, just looking at the tabs, there's some like pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah.
What's the first thing that jumps out to you on this?
I mean, like the old painting down on the bottom right of the classical the classical equestrian garb. It's the hat, honestly. It is.
What about the tabs here up at the top? Let me draw your attention away from the picture and to the different subcategories.
Well, I mean, because it is directly in the center. Stem cell fluid,
yeah.
Gary.
And why don't you try clicking that for me?
Yeah, Safari can't find the server.
Yeah, so there's this thing is doing something with stem cell fluid that we cannot know.
Horse stem cell fluid?
Stem cell fluid is right next to something called the total horse method, which is right next to something called Indian art beat.
Yeah, I mean, like, and Indian art beat. It's their words, not ours. Is that is like a headline feature of this? What?
Yeah, it's the name of the horse. So if you click on Indian art beat,
the versatile gentle giant.
Yeah, he's a versatile gentle giant.
Okay.
With a $600 stud fee.
Okay.
And then we get this little thing at the bottom, reasons to choose him.
$600. That's Buster shit. Oh,
yeah.
Like, no, this
is rural Illinois.
So. I suppose. I mean, the people who have people making horse money in rural Illinois. Oh God, yeah. No! Like $600. That's fucking nothing.
He's got there's a little link here for something called Excellent Semen. Which is CEM free, which I like.
What CEM?
A venereal disease the only horses get.
Okay, that's less.
It's a stallion TD. Like it's fucking. Like horses have their own like version of this stuff.
Wait a minute. Testimonials for the studding?
Yeah. Yep. They talk to the horses.
Marie Hoffman is a master at understanding horse body language and then applying the correct tools and techniques to help the horse and owner achieve, and this is going to be a load-bearing word, that was not an intentional pun, achieve success.
Yep. Product. Yeah, it's really incredible. Like I know this is a world. I know this is a real ass thing. Mm-hmm. It's so weird to be part of it, though.
Yeah, we're still alien to it.
Yeah.
I recently told that story about meeting the Beach Boys and having them be dicks.
Yeah.
That was in the context of my grandparents working at it was the Delaware, Ohio County Fairground. They did catering and stuff there. The primary thing that they did there was catering for equestrian events. So,
Okay.
you know, as a young kid dealing with a bunch of horse people, which I think is like, you know, I didn't have the word to identify it back then, but like absolutely now, it is just like the breeding ground for Karens. It was just very, very high concentration of Karendom in
I believe it.
in the horse people who you know who rolled through there and were very upset if their expectations weren't met. So I have like a glimpse into this from the, you know, kind of the most let's say unflattering point of view, which is from having worked as service for them.
Yeah. Yeah. This is how you've got the background on this lexicon. There is another horse that they used to have called Swoon and Red, who is buried in a submenu.
In memoriam.
Proven sire of quality horses. A balanced conformation, free shoulders with a good angle, long necks with clean throat latches, long powerful hips. Swoon and Red's foals continue to be known for their wonderful temperament, looks, and movement. But you had what a kick in the teeth to Swoon and Red that he's buried in this like submenu, and Indian art beat gets all the attention.
Yeah,
you know?
Come on.
You can also check out the horses that are for sale as well. That all have art in the name. Artful Dance.
It might be
Iron Eye, an Artist. Artfully Invited.
Artfully Invited. I mean, other podcasts have made specifically Dude has, you know, made real hay out of how bonkers horse names are, but it is true. Yeah. I'm more interested.
You just have to name a lot of them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, it's like when you look at when you go and look at an animal shelter, all the new kittens, you're like, oh, they came in as a crop, so they're themed. Yeah. There is a the header for this site has a Bible verse. So it's just on Eagle's Wings Equine Center LLC, and underneath LLC it says Isaiah 40:31. And I'm like, what does that have to do with this? So in the New International Version, it says, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. So I guess on Eagle's Wings is pulled from that. So that is not as funny as I thought it would be. I thought I was going to get...
you can cast on your horse.
I thought that I was going to get a cool Bible verse about some fucked up thing that happened to a horse.
Yeah, like when Jesus had to put down his old mare.
Well, no, not put down, destroy. Horses destroyed, Gary.
Yeah, I forgot they get destroyed. What an indignity to these precious monsters.
Yeah, well, at least they put up the curtain.
Yeah, the privacy curtain for the destruction.
Yeah, just out on the track. Which I'm sure it's awful for the owner, you know, or the jockey. There's a bond, you know, just your bond with any animal. It doesn't matter that this is, you know, a rich person thing. You get attached to your horse, you know.
Of course, like I like an animal. The library section of this is a bunch of short stories and little narrative things about like how to do things. So such as like quieting a very hot horse, learning to lunge and stuff. But then some of them like definitely seem like fiction.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Last Chance and Spook Corners, and they're in super tiny font and there's tons of them. It's just really weird. This Marie Hoffman person who did this is a very strange.
Yeah, I mean, and like, so this is the web design on this is outdated, but like some of these, I'm looking at one called "What an Attitude."
Yeah, this 4-page, 7,000 word.
Yeah, you know? which I mean, it I don't know if this is fiction or if it is like just a narrative retelling of an interaction that she had with a particularly difficult horse. But this goes back, like, though, this is copyright 1998.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a very old website about this place. I think like the most recent thing I saw on it was 2012.
Yeah,
like the most recent sale. Yeah, when airs above the ground are not okay, and what to do about it.
Huh?
What does that mean?
To touches for colic. Yeah.
Horses, man.
And also just there is a fact about horses. They're not smart. And they get spooked easy, and that's how people get hurt a lot.
Yeah,
Your
neck broke.
we had a family friend, you know, who had a bunch of horses, and like their teenage daughter got kicked in the liver, and they didn't think she was going to make it. It cut her liver clean in half. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know we've talked about how scary horses are on this show. So I don't want to go into that that much.
Right.
But it's just worth noting that I think it's, in terms of the actual like intersection of animal that is scary and animal you are likely to run into or could potentially interface with, it might be the top.
Yeah, because like, you know, we both live in cities. Are there equestrian police in Portland? There are. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And that's no good.
No.
And then don't make animals cops. And like there are scarier animals.
Right.
You know, like a jellyfish is scarier, but I don't run into jellyfish because they're not in the ocean.
Right.
Like an alligator is scarier, but I don't run into that. Like in terms of my life, it's very likely I could be near a horse, you know, either through police or through like a hansom cab, you know, or something like that. And then being around a horse, they've got those like gigantic eyes. They're huge. They're just like staring at you. You know, you pet them, you try to keep them calm, but I don't know what's going on in there.
Yeah. Oh, no. And they will just body you for basically no reason.
Yeah. Pretty terrifying.
Speaking of horses in cities, the one kind of horse that I've been like actually like impressed about, you know, aside from just like the general, like, oh yeah, I can see why people like these animals. You ever seen a Clydesdale in person?
Yes.
Yeah. Like at a parade, like Budweiser, the huge, like moose. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, too much for me. Like it is impressive, but it's impressive the way that like, I don't know, a large sword that's cutting off my head is impressive.
I love it. Both of us interpret any horse within 50 yards of us as an immediate threat.
Yeah, violence. Hey, what about a centaur, but instead of the human top, it was a sword?
Oh, a sword tour?
Yeah, like a sword tour, like a sun sword. Like it's a horse body, but instead of a horse head, it's a sword.
Yeah. No, I could see that.
What about it?
Like it seems like it'd be pretty dangerous, but also like the think meat is where the human top used to be. So
yeah. So it would mostly be something that you would breed for like meat or just as a weapon. Like if it could just go.
Oh, you would just breed for weapons? Okay, so like this is a naturally occurring sword. This is a blade. We make more of them by breeding more of these creatures. It's one half like a way to feed my family and one half a way to defend my family.
Yeah, and you could just send a bunch of them out. Like you would cause a stampede, and a stampede is already scary. But imagine if it was like sword tars.
Oh gosh, ridiculous.
Yeah, that'd be really difficult, and it would be like real sad. Like maybe a baby sword tar who's like got like this little, it's a wine cork. Kind of remover thing, and it gets stuck in a wall, and you have to like pull them out.
Oh,
nice.
There's like
a bunch of cute stuff you could do.
Yeah,
because ponies are cute. You make a horse small enough, I'm in.
Ponies and horses are different.
Yeah, I know this goal. But
for the longest time, I thought ponies were just baby horses.
Well, I mean, but they're very similar to horses. They're just smaller.
Right.
Like I understand they're different, but like, it's like how a fish can get to a certain size and I think it's cute, and all these fish are different types of fish.
Yes.
Same basic shape and same basic concept.
Yeah. Just any four-legged animal that is bigger than a dog is a dog. Horse, just a different kind of dog.
I'm thinking about getting a dog, and I just found out from my landlord there's no weight limit.
Oh, rip! Yay!
Yes. It's just like thinking about how I could abuse that to make my life miserable and my neighbors' lives miserable.
Just everybody. I mean, dog weight limits are they're bullshit because it's just pit bull laws under different names.
Yeah.
But also like a big dog can fuck stuff up. I've seen what my brother's pit bull does to everything around him.
Yeah. It's pretty tricky. And also my apartment is pretty small.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining having like a 90-pound Mastiff roommate.
I just got a Burmese mountain dog here in my series of successively smaller apartments.
Yeah. I had to get rid of most of what a lot of stuff that I owned. Yeah. However, I replaced it with this gigantic dog and all of the supplies for gigantic dog.
Right. He did eat Pocket.
The support crew.
Like first day did eat Pocket. We're sad about that, but we got to move on.
Yeah.
Oh.
The only thing is I want to do it, but I'm just like, what if Pocket, like, I'm not worried about them getting along because Pocket will like scratch the dog if it's getting up in its face. The dog will learn. I'm just worried about like, what if Pocket's just very sad all the time?
Yeah.
You know,
Who knows?
Like, maybe he just really hates it.
Yeah.
You know, it's tricky. Like, ideally, I want them to be buddies, but
no, it's great. It's good.
it.
It's great when you have animal buddies. Yeah.
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 That's what I want.
I want to congratulate us for doing a whole episode on that is nominally about toilet stuff without using the phrase "total paint job."
Yeah. Or mud pie.
Yeah.
You know, we succeeded.
We did it.
Yeah. I wish that I could get, what about like an Uber situation for these goons you hire in this game?
Goober? Just call it Goober. You just hire ne'er-do-wells. Yeah.
Yeah, to go like vomit hard enough into a toilet where you can then bribe the health inspector to go check it out and be like, that ain't good. You know?
So what I need is something I need somebody with the ability to vomit so hard that it lowers property values.
Yeah. It'll violate a toilet. Like a toilet isn't for that kind.
Right.
You know?
It's got nothing to do with piss.
Yeah. Yep. Huh.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the idea of just like Uber, but for hiring petty criminals.
Yeah, I like the idea of like I guess that's kind of Fiverr, you know, like a little bit. You know, you can probably get some petty crime done on Fiverr.
Yeah, probably.
But if I were looking for work, like I could do worse than going and puking in toilets on command.
Yeah, it takes a toll on your body though.
100%. But these guys get paid like 10,000 euros.
Oh, true. It's a very lucrative job. And it's like being a pro athlete. You got to make hay while the sun's shining. Your knees aren't going to last forever, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like eventually you're going to end up like a little punch drunk. Who else suggested this other than you?
Yeah, this was so let me pull this up. I went away from it. It was by Gerald. Thank you, Gerald, who suggested it because reasons. Just gave me a Jones, like I always have, to go play another management game. So, and a better one. I don't think I'll play a better management game than this.
Way better, but they are extant, extremely extant.
Oh, it'd be hard. It'd be hard for one to be worse.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody who's listening to this. We like you. Go to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv and support us if you like us.
Yeah. And tell your friends, leave reviews, all of that. And as our friend Know You From Adam always says, until next time, 5 seconds of silence, then cut to the outro theme.